Hey you guys, welcome back to another Sparkle adventure. In this video or short series, I'll be showing you how I put together these dashboards for my friend Andrea for her mini happy planner. I recently saw a sale that was on the AC Digital's website, and there was this collection called She's Magic, and I loved it. And I had been really missing out on making dashboards, but they don't really work with my current planner setup. So I posted on my Instagram stories. Make sure you follow me at Sparkle Adventures. And my friend Andrea responded and said she would love to have a set of dashboards. So these are the ones that I made for her. So like I said, I got this collection from AC Digitals. This is a totally digital collection. It's from Dear Lizzy. It's called She's Magic. I'll put the link in the description down below. I totally love digitals. As you guys know, I've used them before. I love that I can customize the sizing. I can reprint as many as I want. I mean, it is a pain to actually print and cut everything. There's so many different options, and it takes a long time to actually prepare the die cuts. But once you get it all done, then you have so much to work with. In addition to the die cuts and ephemera, I also printed and prepared some of the 12 by 12 papers, but they were sized down so that way they would be the right size for a mini size happy planner dashboard. And these are just some of the papers. As you can see here, this collection has so many rainbows and fun pieces. And, it's got colored pencils, coffee cups, tea mugs. I mean, it's just so adorable. And I'm so glad I had the opportunity to work with this collection to create something, but something I could give to a friend. It was awesome. When I started this project, I had asked Andrea to send me some of her favorite pictures of her with her family, her husband and her kids, because I love to personalize dashboards. I know whenever I see pictures in my planner like this, it just makes it obviously more personal, and it kind of just brings you this little spark of joy whenever you see pictures like this. So I wanted to start with this one that's so adorable of her and her husband, and I went through and I picked out some papers I thought would be really cute. I saw this heart one and I thought it was the perfect pairing. Now that we have the heart paper and the picture picked out, it's time to really work on layering and seeing what all goes together well, what accents the photo in the background. I mean, honestly, the background is kind of busy with all the hearts and all the colors. So we need to figure out a way to accent everything without making it too busy. I wanted to start with the doily because those are super cute ways to add a little bit of texture, but it also blocks out some of that pattern of the background. So I start with the doily and kind of seeing what die cuts and ephemera will work around with it. But as you can see, I end up ditching it because the doily is honestly a bit distracting. And I think that there's other ways that we can separate the back, like a strip of paper. I love to tear paper. It adds texture and dimension to something without, again, making it busy. So I'm going to grab a strip of this blue and put it behind the photo and layer them in a way that you can still see the background. The blue doesn't take over, but it also accents the jean shorts that she's wearing in the photo. So it's a great way to accent everything, again, without making sure it's too busy. In addition to the photo, I felt like this dashboard also needed some sort of piece that had a quote on it. So that way it would kind of balance out with the picture. Oh, hey, Rocket. I loved the little yellow card that you see at the bottom there. It's hard to see, but it says, "I love you with my whole heart." And again, with the hearts and the picture, it just all works together so well. And so now that I know that I want to use that yellow piece, it's kind of thinking, there's that saying, I think it was from Coco Chanel, before you leave the house, take one accessory off. I kind of go the opposite approach with my layering and my paper crafting projects. Before I finish something, I usually add 3 more things. So now this is me going through the process of figuring out what is going to accent everything very well, not be too busy, not be too distracting. So it's a whole process of trial and error to see what works best. So I've decided that I like that yellow card and then this camera. I thought it was really cute. Now I just need to decide which one I want to layer on top of the other and how I'm going to use foam stickers. If you've seen any of my previous paper crafting videos, you know I love to layer with foam stickers. They really help give dimension to something, and that way your eye knows what it should focus on. It's going to be the thing in the foreground. And I didn't know if I wanted it to be the camera or the quote card. I ended up going with the camera in the front here. But again, there's some more trial and error to see because it needed something. And that something is gold glitter, as always. There are a couple reasons I ended up going with this gold glitter washi. One, I love gold glitter. Two, washi is easy. You just put it down. You don't have to worry about any sort of adhesive. And I did try using, I don't know if you can see in the top left-hand corner, I have some trim up there. It's on a spool. It's made of gold stars. I tried using that, but what really worked about this gold washi is that it's a solid color. It's not, if I had tried using that star trim, the different sizes of different kind of shapes to it would be distracting with your eyes. So using that gold glitter and having it be opposite the yellow tag, it just worked really well to kind of balance everything. And it gives some sparkle because, I mean, every project needs a little bit of sparkle. Then the next and I think final step is to grab another one of the patterned papers and stick it on the back so that way it is double-sided. I'm not going to do designs on both sides, so that way if she wants to add like an adhesive pocket or use something, use the back for something, maybe an inbox, she's able to do so. I did print these patterns, these papers, and die cuts on sticker paper. So now all I have to do, as you saw, I peeled the back off of the dashboard. I'm going to lay it down on the patterned paper, trim it, and then punch it, and we're done. So here you can see the completed dashboard. It all started with the heart paper and the picture, and look what it turned into. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I love the use of blue throughout, and blue actually isn't even a color I use a whole lot, but I love that it's in the heart paper, it's the strip of blue, it's on the camera, it's on their shorts in the picture, and it just kind of ties everything together. We've got some gold glitter. We also have heart, that little heart shape on the left of the photo. It's a dimensional kind of rhinestone piece. And then we have a quote that kind of ties it all together. So I'm just so happy with how this turned out. And now it's time to go to the next one. So with the next dashboard, I really wanted to alternate between one that had a photo and then maybe one that had a larger quote card piece or a graphic or something like that. And I was digging through my stash and I found this card that says, grow through what you go through. And I made these, I think in the like middle of March, right when the COVID-19 quarantine was all happening. And I thought that this was really optimistic. And yes, we were all going through very hard things. And this was kind of a reminder that, yes, this is hard, but this is an opportunity to grow and get better in ways. And I don't know, I thought it was kind of optimistic and I just really liked it. And I thought it could really work well as a dashboard piece. As you can see, I had a couple different paper options that I liked, but I ended up going with this one because there is obviously a lot of like quote pieces and script. I mean, it's a page design of just words, but it's fun phrases like, hey babe, big moment, go for it. I mean, so it goes along the same lines of that positive, encouraging kind of feel of the big quote card piece. Plus it ties in the rainbow effect of the first dashboard. And I thought it was just really fun and not too overwhelming. And it does have a lot of white space. So while there are a lot of fonts and words and phrases, the white space helps break it up. And it helps your eye be drawn to the quote card as opposed to the quote card kind of blending in with a more patterned background. So in addition to this dashboard just being adorable, I also wanted to add some functionality to it. So I grabbed one of the clear adhesive pockets in my stash, and I thought that it would be a great way to use one of those here because this quote card, while, it's large width-wise, it's not very tall. And so I was kind of struggling with, well, how am I going to make the most use of this space? So you can see me here kind of playing around with putting die cuts around the quote card, but it still wasn't quite tall enough. So I thought, let me scooch this up and I'll put an adhesive pocket on the bottom. Once I got the layout kind of roughly figured out with the large quote card and then the adhesive pocket at the bottom, it was all about playing around with the different die cuts to see what worked well in that space, again, to make sure that we are accenting the main piece without detracting from it. once I got all of the flower die cuts down, it was then all about adding finishing touches. And of course, this dashboard, just like everything, needs a touch of sparkle. So I went to my stash and I grabbed this hollow sticker paper that I got from Hobby Lobby a while back. And it's really just a simple overlay. So I peeled the paper back, as you can see, placed the die cut down, and then put the overlay back on top of it. Simple as that. And then we have some sparkle and a little bit of glitz and glam to this dashboard. And of course, just like with all my other layering projects, this quote card, the main piece of the dashboard, really needs foam stickers so that it can be elevated just a bit from the background and really draw your eye to that piece. So again, we're making sure that that's the focal point of our project. And as you can see, jump cut, I added a couple more pieces. I added the bird sticker, a flower, and then the adhesive pocket. And for one more splash of glitz, one of my favorite things is to add these gems. So put a couple on there and it was good to go. And as for the very last step, we need to add some backing to it. So again, it's double-sided. I went with this blue patterned paper because, one, it's super cute, but it's kind of busy, and I thought it would be a nice back to something. I didn't see myself using it as a dashboard background because it's quite busy, but it adds a pop of fun and color, and I thought it made a perfect backing. Okay, so here you can see the completed dashboard of Grow Through, which you'll go through, and I love how this turned out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me as I made these dashboards. There's still 2 more to come, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss those, and I'll see you next time. Bye!